This series is brought to you by Outdoors lithium batteries. Simply the best batteries you could buy with your money. Down there in the description, I have a special affiliate link with a coupon code that is going to save you 10% of your order. So make sure you use that so you'll save yourself some money and also support this channel. Now, let's go ahead and talk about some kayaks. Hey guys, back here, Action Water Sports. And where are we at, David?
Action Water Sports in Auburndale, Florida.
Hey,
Central Florida.
I have a question for you. People always talk about pedal versus power, I guess. So what do you think? What should people get?
It's a personal preference. It's like what you feel comfortable with. Not everybody wants. Some guys don't want to pedal at all. They just want to put a motor on it.
And right here
we have two boats from Bonafide, the Bonafide and the Native, which are sister companies. They're pretty much built together in the same company, but a lot of differences in the boats because the XTR doesn't have any sort of pedal system at all.
It's designed to take motors from the day that you get it.
That's right. It's designed for motors.
So let's talk about that, because I get this question a lot, right? They said, hey, which one should I get? The TItanX 12.5 or the XTR130? And I always tell them what you just said. Do you want a motor or you want to drive, right? And they go, oh, I want to drive, because they want to have like a backup, right? And then they say, if anything, I just motorize it because I could put a motor on that and then have the best of both worlds, right? That's their point of view. But what they don't think about is that they're paying an extra $1,000, or in this case, it's not an extra $1,000. It is $2,900, that's $100, an extra $500 for the drive.
Yeah, it's about $500 more.
So I think this is the perfect situation right here to compare these two boats, because $500 is not a lot of money for getting the drive. That's why I wanted to compare this.
Not. And you know what's really neat is that it's set up just like the XTR to accept the motor if you want. If you wanted to put a Newport on here, it just bolts on. And you don't even have to rig up steering system now. Because see, on here you have to run the cables for the steering system. But if you put it on here, you basically will pin the XTR so it can't turn. They make a pin that just stops it, so it's forward and reverse, because you already have your steering system built in. So you can just have forward and reverse, and then you have your steering system. So that's a nice feature. It's so easy. It's plug and go.
So you got the motor, and then if you still want to work out, you got the pedal drive.
You have both. So that's a nice feature, to be able to motor it and pedal it.
But here's the thing though, this kayak was designed from the get-go to work with the drive first. So the whole design is efficient for the drive, which could be an issue for the motor. And also is wetter, and you also have taller walls. That's gonna make the kayak slower to the water, so more water may come through here, like through the scuppers. While the STR, I think, is gonna be a drier design.
Right.
And if you put a super powerful motor like the NK300, it's not gonna be as wet as this one.
Yeah. But you don't need one. You could put a 180 on there. It'll probably run fine with the 180.
You want power. You want power.
The 180 is powerful though for what it is.
So I guess the only person who can answer which boat is better for you is you.
Yeah.
Right? Like, do you want the drive or not? If you're not ever gonna use the drive, then the answer is clear.
But if you want to use both, you could motor to your spot, pull the motor up, and then pedal and fish, still hands-free fishing.
But then you have it right there. You see it there? It's up there. It's on the way, right? Over here you have
a much clearer deck.
Clear deck. You don't have to worry about having the drive on the way. And if you put a lot of electronics, you want to have two graphs, for example. Maybe having the drive in the middle is not a good idea. I think that's why a lot of tournament anglers are looking towards something like this, because they got more options to rig up the boat the way they want. But at the same time, you know, some people go far, they want to have a backup just in case. So yeah. Now on the way here, I was talking with AI, because AI knows everything, you know. And instead of me reading, because I'm driving, I was just talking, and it was telling me about the specs and everything. This boat could hold over 700 pounds. While this one over
Big
here,
capacity.
yeah, this one is useful capacity, could be around the 400. I think they say 500, but I think that may be a little misleading. So let's assume 400 pounds of this one. And you say, why such a big difference when essentially they're the same size? Well, the Titan has this hole right here, right? It has a drive. So by having the drive, it reduces the weight capacity because water is gonna start coming in.
It's a big hole.
It's a giant hole. That's why it's less. So that's another thing that you will have to take into account if you're a big guy or you want to take more people with you, because this one is actually a tandem. You got more weight capacity, you could actually do that. So maybe you want to have a kayak that eventually you could take a second person.
If you want to take a second person, it's definitely going to have to be the XTR130, because there's no way to add a second seat to the front of this one. Unless you're taking maybe a child and you put a little tiny seat back here or something, but not a full-grown adult.
Oh yes, you know, I did that with the original Titan 13.5. I put a second seat on it and I put my family on it, but it was too much weight.
You could put a little kid back here and say, okay, now there's your tandem.
That's your tandem.
And you put in, you hold the rod, we're gonna troll.
Up to 150 pounds, right?
Yeah.
But right here, you could definitely add the second seat and get 2 adults on the boat.
Right.
Now, these 2 boats are ready to take bow motors. You can see here, using the tracks and these 2. And what are those for? I don't know.
They're for different mounts out on the market for bow motors.
Maybe their
plates.
own mounts. Maybe they sell mounts for other stuff.
That,
like,
or I think, what is it, One Direction?
Yeah.
They have one that goes on here.
See, because a lot of people like to put a starboard material. So maybe this is for that, like this holes. And this one is just if you want to put the power pole.
Yep, the 4.
The 4.
Setup.
And over here you got that one too. Now the hatches are different. You got one here which is big, and then you got another one closer if you want to put maybe a battery or something there. Over here you get just that one hatch. And it's divided, right? You could put a battery right here, and then this one you got access to inside the hole. It's a different design. The Titan also have horizontal rod holders, 2 of them on each side. And we already went over on a different video how the rods will go here on the side on the STR, but it's a different take. You also got gear tracks over here and a giant cutout to put your Plano boxes right there. And guess what, David? Look, you could even put full rest control on this boat. It has the inserts. Boom. And of course the drive. I just like the open deck design, the fact that you don't have anything in front of you.
Right.
Because even here, like let's say you want to pull the drive away, look where it ends.
Yeah.
Like still right there in front of you.
Yeah, but you can remove it.
Totally.
2 levers, and you can take it out, but then what do you do with it, you know?
Yeah.
Unless you stashed it behind you. I mean, it's possible you could.
Ooh, that is a perfect idea.
It's possible you can bring it back here and just lock it in or make some sort of a mount. So it's locked down out of the way. Now you're just fishing without the pedal drive system in it.
Let's say that you're going on long trips and you only have the drive as a backup. You could definitely just drop it on the back and have this open deck open and available. Just steer with your footrest, whatever you have to do, and you just have the drive as a backup. It's not a bad deal for $500.
Yeah.
And in areas where maybe you're not allowed to use the motor, maybe you could just use the drive. I'm trying to figure out here if this boat will be enough to do everything that this boat can do and more. Other than the drive, I think it probably comes down to a matter of what do you want out of your boat.
You know what I like? Another thing is they put in these rod holders all ready to go.
Yes.
And this one's a forward-facing rod holder. So the rod is in front of you, not behind you. On the XTR, there's no rod holders.
No, they're not.
There's no rod holders. I mean, you have to buy that. You got to put Omegas on there, but that's something extra, just the little things that I think any of the kayak fishing companies that make a fishing kayak should just put rod holders in the kayak as part of so you don't have to add more, more to them.
So, that is the reason why this kayak doesn't have rod holders from the factory, is because some Bonafide pros, they rather not have them. And they say that is, if somebody wants it, they could just add it. And my opinion on that is that that's just wrong, because why?
At least one, because this is so convenient right here. The forward facing. Just that.
Not only that, sometimes you don't want to take a black pack. You just want to get the kayak and go. So I've been on the water many times where I'm like, where's my rod holder? Right? Because I don't take the black pack or whatever. I'm used to my boat just having this.
Yeah. Yeah, just a standard rod holder. These are, you know, they're clean, they're flush. They probably could have made one go in there, but I like, that way you don't have to put Omegas. And Omegas are great rod holders.
Yeah.
It's just, those are for you, seems like for extra rods.
But David, I don't know what's happening to me, but I came here in my mind with the idea that I was just gonna go for the STR. And then when you compare it to this one, even though I hate the drive, this one is more of a fishing kayak. You got rod holders, you got gear tracks, you got places to put your plano boxes right there and right here. You got a customizable hatch design here that you could just put a battery.
You can still put the motor on.
Exactly, you can still put the bow motor here. And here it's like, I guess, if you want a boat experience where you're standing on the deck and you're casting like you were on a bass boat, definitely this one gives you that. But if you don't mind casting from just in front of the seat, I don't know, I feel like.
And when you get some more fishing tackle, you have a tray.
Yeah. I don't know. Again,
because it's the same company, why didn't they put the tackle tray on the other boat?
Yeah, I think it's an aftermarket, but again,
No, this came from the factory.
No, I know. I think you could do an aftermarket for that. This
is for you can run your plano boxes in the sides too.
Exactly. It has really good fishers. And the battery could go inside the hole, right here on the back.
Yeah, did we take a look inside there?
That we did.
Battery box. Yeah.
And if the battery is bigger than that, you just remove the box. But my point is, like, it's a better design kayak for fishing. Again, it depends on what you want to do.
You said that word kayak. It's not really even a kayak anymore, are they?
It's a fishing kayak.
They're boats.
Right. But what about if you're a fly fishing angler? All right, David had to take care of some customers. So here's what I'm thinking. If you're a fly fishing angler, right, you definitely want to have the STR because you have this open space right here, so your line may not get caught up with stuff. Also, you could just walk on the deck of the boat and fish from there. If you're not a fly guy, like I was saying, I came here with the idea that if I had to buy a boat and you give me the option of the Titan 12.5 and the STR130, that I would say, give me the STR like yesterday, right? And by having them side by side and comparing them, I don't think I would. I think I would just go for the Titan with the drive. I can't believe I'm saying this, because this boat, I feel like it's more of a fishing boat. You got horizontal rod holders inside the hull instead of being outside. Like this wants to be a boat, but I think it's lacking. It's lacking in speed, it's lacking on a lot of things. And it's one of those things that when I first saw it, I go, oh my God, that looks impressive. That could be it. But then when you start thinking about it, when you start digging into it, reflecting, comparing, you start noticing things. And I think that's where I am right now. I think the Titan 12.5 wins this. And just so you guys know, Native Watercraft and Bonafide are the same company. They're sister brands. This is not like this is a Hobie and this is an Old Town. You know, they're the same company. So they probably wouldn't care which one you buy as long as you buy one of them, right? But it's just, I mean, look at that aggressive bow right there. Look at this one here. The Titan is stable enough. That's what I think. Let me know in the comments what you guys think, if I'm wrong or not. It just feels that way, bro.